What's going on, everybody? The Hair here. Not at all enthusiastic about this video. So normally, I usually do videos during the week because very busy guy, I like to rest during the weekend and so on and so forth. Today, I woke up to some very, very horrible, disturbing news, and that is, of course, the release of Windham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt, aka The Fiend. So he's released, he's done, he's out. I see the notification, I think, no way, I click it, I see it, it says he is released. Now that is extremely, extremely crazy because even to this day he's still leading in merchandise sales. So why would they release someone that's leading in merchandise sales? Couple different things. So first thing that comes to my mind, backtrack a little bit. The last time I was this pissed / upset about a release or a trade was when my Sacramento Kings traded DeMarcus Cousins. Very angry, very violent, not a good time. This happened, immediate drop, pit, weirdness, stomach, heart. I was like, dude, the shirt, the memorabilia, the toy. He's one of the reasons I continue to watch WWE. Right now, Roman's doing good, Bobby's doing good too, but the Fiend's whole Undertaker-esque / dark figure going on he has, great entertainment, great thing. We did the mask, we did the whole, that video blew up. Very, very intriguing character, out of the box type character, out of the world type character that WWE had going on. Had your next Undertaker, your next whatever for the next 10, maybe even 20 years. He's late 30s, still fairly young for the wrestling world. So, it's one of those things where you're just shocked because, again, one of their big stars, big young stars, leading in merchandise sales. You have all these storylines, and then you hear people getting released here and there, and you're like, okay, not anybody of super significance. Braun Strowman was released, and when Aleister Black was released, and a bunch of all that stuff too. They never reached I guess you could say Braun Strowman reached the pinnacle. He was world champion. Aleister was NXT champ, but never in WWE. But Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, was champion multiple times. And again, you're a guy that you've been building up. You have all these plans for it. All the music, the accolades, again, the storylines, just everything. The three faces of Wyatt, the Bray Wyatt, the Firefly Funhouse character, the Fiend, all that stuff he had with Braun Strowman, when he had it with John Cena at that WrestleMania match last year, the whole Firefly Funhouse match. I'm almost at a loss of words. It's crazy. When I wanted to do that, I wasn't going to do. I don't really record on the weekends. When I do this, when this news came out, I knew immediately. Told my girl, I'm like, okay, I have to record because I didn't shave. I'm not prepared for this at all.
Do you think they're gonna just redo the Alexa Bliss thing and pretend this didn't happen, or go on with that?
So, of course, and you bring up a good point. What I've been reading, so a lot of fans are blaming her right now, which I don't think is completely right to do. I think it's just people being mad about it. I'm mad about it too, but I'm not blaming her. So I saw that happen too. Once she got involved in the storyline too, they gave her that Sister Abigail type character, that almost girl Fiend type character, which is fine, but it was weird that they were basically making her do everything he was doing. There's rumors about her having a mask, all that stuff, and then she ends up costing him the match at WrestleMania. So you think, okay, they're gonna have a feud later down the line. Maybe her dark character versus his dark character, something crazy like that. You think, but so he lost at WrestleMania after not being on TV for 6 months. He loses at WrestleMania to Randy Orton, which is crazy because it's like he finally came back. He builds all this anticipation and he loses. And then, the only caveat you have to that, Bliss made him lose. She had a trans over him she was having this sinister dark thing going on. So you could say, okay, she cost him the match. So then, I don't know, maybe that was the reasoning for it. And
We forgot to lock the door.
yes. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and lock. Okay. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Green.
Great. Okay, so I'm gonna. Here's...
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, so that's my niece. Yes, we're taking care of my niece right now. But yes, so get a little appearance by her. Now, like I was saying, good point you brought
Well,
up.
then they had been preparing for this.
You could think that, but I think the plan down the road was Bliss versus the Fiend, Dark versus Dark, or whatever. However, they were giving her a lot of his things, and that's what people. So a lot of fans right now. Matter of fact, she put her. I think it's her Twitter on temporary block or private because so many fans, as soon as this news was released,
I love you and you and your
yes,
husband.
were throwing messages at her saying it's your fucking fault. You're the reason he's released. All this stuff. Fans are a little too crazy, a little too invested. So I don't do that. It's not her fault that he's released. But I mean, yeah. I mean, the writing was on the wall for sure. They were giving her. They basically. So he created this whole character years ago. He made this character and he pitched it to Vince and everybody, and they liked it. So yeah, it is a little bit weird that he created this whole thing and then they kind of give it to her too. And now she's obviously not released. She's continuing that little character too. So if it is kind of a bad look for sure, but she's not the one pulling the strings. It's not her fault. So the fans doing that, it's like, come on, like, grow up, guys. It's not.
So they might drop it if there's too much hate associated.
And that's my next thing. They might make her go back to her previous character because yeah, this is it's getting out of hand already right now. There's a lot of Windham Rotunda / Bray Wyatt fans out there, and yeah, I'm a huge fan too. You know that, huge fan. And we'll post some more videos about us. We saw one of his last live entrances too, which is very local to us. Super fun. The mask, everything. We were literally up close. We were able to touch him up close and personal on that. So awesome stuff. But yeah, real quick, don't go blaming Bliss. It's not her fault. That's just crazy. It's silly. The fans are just getting a little too out of hand. But yeah, so it's crazy news, ridiculously crazy news. I think he's AEW bound, which wouldn't be a bad thing because over there he would have creative control, something he was very limited to here in WWE, because he would pitch certain things. They would say, let's do that, but not quite this way. In AEW, he's going to have a lot of creative control if he signs there. So
that'll bump up.
He can make this. He can't use the Fiend because it's WWE's signature, but he can make he can make something out of this world, out of this crazy thing, yeah. And have music and do all this stuff, and I think he can do something. So what I think would be plausible. So he left because of he wanted time off because of his buddy that passed, Brody Lee, was in the Wyatt family, then joined AEW. Some people were speculating that Vince didn't like that he asked for time off, and because Vince doesn't like when people ask for time off. He asked for time off because of the loss of a friend, though, someone that used to work in WWE, someone that was a current employee of AEW. I hope this isn't true, but some are speculating that Vince thinks, oh, well, you wanted to take time off for the competition, which would be really petty and really dumb. But at the same time, you want to hope that's not true. So, yeah, I mean, I think wherever Windham winds up, he'll do fine. I'm thinking AEW. I think he can join the Dark Order. That's who Brody Lee was the leader of that. Have Bray Wyatt be the new leader of the Dark Order, and that's it. But just quick reaction. It was crazy. I didn't expect it. Fans are very pissed. I'm very pissed. Again, what's keeping me on WWE is Roman and Bobby. I think they're killing it, but huge blow. I think bad. I hope they reconsider, sign him back. But they released him. They said it's due to budget cuts too, which again makes zero sense. That's what came out a little bit ago, a few minutes ago.
A lot of people have been kind of off and on lately.
So I get that the budget cuts thing for a lot of other people, but he was your leading seller in merchandise. So it makes you think that maybe there was some other pettiness stuff going on with the whole Brody Lee thing, and I hope that's not true, but that makes the most sense right now because he was leading merchandise sales. Why would it be budget cuts? And you have fans back in seats now too. You're selling a lot more. Something's not adding up. I'm sure we'll find out more, but Braun Strowman, who was released a couple months ago too, he tweeted out through Bleacher Report, brother come home, and he tweeted a picture of both of them hugging each other because they were former Wyatt family members. So they might have a reunion at an AEW. I think that would be AEW is the hottest thing that's not WWE right now, getting a lot of traction. You can have Eric Rowan, Braun Strowman, and Bray Wyatt form the Wyatt family again over there in AEW. You have Aleister Black there. You have the ingredients to make things very special over there in AEW. But right now, it's not about that. It's about Windham Rotunda getting released. Feel very bad for him. He was getting in the best shape of his life. He was ready to return in August, is what reports said. And now this happened. So August is literally next week. He was preparing to return next week, lifting every day, getting skinnier, lost like 30 pounds. So I don't know, came out of nowhere. Not a fan of this. This is really bad. SummerSlam's coming up too. Biggest event of the summer, biggest event of the year because WrestleMania didn't have full capacity fans. So yeah, I mean I can talk about this for hours on end. It's not good. It's very bad. A lot of people are pissed. A lot of people are upset, including myself. And you know, go collect the toys. We're on the hunt right now. My nephew texted me a little bit ago saying he's on the hunt as we speak. Go grab the Fiend stuff. One of the best creative minds WWE has had in recent memory, and they let him go. So I'm sure more will come out. Initial reaction is bad, horrible, don't like it, hate it, and we'll see what happens, I guess. Not a very happy hair right now. All of us, niece, babe, hair out.
Bye.
Say bye.
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 Bye. Here, come here.
Give him a hug.
Let's sign off the right way. Okay. Niece, hair, babe. Point.